Greetings friends, today we have some fresh news for you. In the capital of Nagorno-Karabakh, in the city of Stepanakert, there was a powerful explosion, which we will tell you more about. The incident happened at a gas station, where they provided fuel to people heading to Armenia. Witnesses of the event share video footage, which shows the whole area engulfed in flames and a thick black smoke column rising in the sky. Preliminary reports indicate that there are casualties and injuries, with the number exceeding 200, according to local media reports. A crisis has been reported at local hospitals, where health workers are facing a shortage of emergency medication to treat burn victims. Emergency services are on the scene. In the state of Texas, USA, there was a severe hailstorm that was so destructive that the authorities will now have to compensate for material damage for local residents. Trees were fallen in the streets, cars were damaged and windows were broken in some houses. According to residents, the events of this disaster resembled a real madness. Currently, many neighborhoods were left without electricity. The hail, according to witnesses, was the size of a golf ball. Local farmers have been particularly hard hit, as almost all of their crops have been destroyed. All residents are urged to stock up on essential food and stay in their homes, as it is expected that unfavorable weather conditions may return. The new storm will be accompanied by heavy rainfall, increasing the risk of flooding. There is no information on casualties or fatalities at this time. At the 78th session of the UN General Assembly in New York, Kazakh President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev said that by 2040, demand for water will exceed supply by 40%. According to this politician, water scarcity is a threat to the entire world community, and therefore it is necessary to unite efforts to fight for this important resource. He emphasized that water scarcity can cause serious economic problems and lead to conflicts in regions with transboundary rivers. President Tokayev also called on countries to invest in green jobs, phase out the use of coal and stop subsidizing fossil fuels, which are currently at record high levels. On the eve of the opening session, UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres, addressing global climate issues, called on the world community to get rid of coal use completely by 2030. A large section of highway in Sweden was destroyed by a landslide, trapping 3 people in its embrace. The incident occurred on a highway connecting Sweden's second largest city, Gothenburg, to Norway's capital, Oslo. Rescuers came to the rescue and took the victims to the hospital, but the injuries were not simple. The landslide also did not spare roads and vehicles, damaging dozens of cars, and also collapsed into a forest area, an administrative district with a gas station and a fast food restaurant. As a result, several cars and 1 truck fell into pits and cracks, and their passengers were trapped inside. The fire department was first dispatched to the scene, administered first aid to the victims, and thoroughly assessed the situation. A helicopter was used to rescue the victims and transported them to the hospital. Rescue services also warned of the possibility of further landslides, and specially trained personnel and search dogs began surveying the area for signs of further hazards. The Indian city of Nagpur, located in the center of the country in the state of Maharashtra, has faced an unprecedented natural disaster, powerful downpours that have caused severe flooding. Residents of the city have been sharing amazing yet disturbing footage of what is happening on social media. Judging by the published videos, locals had to resort to the use of boats to escape the destructive torrents of water. Powerful streams of water, demolishing everything in its path, demonstrating its destructive power. The water has a current of such force that even those trying to ford the streets are in danger and are often swept off their feet. According to weather forecasters, The weather in the region remains extremely unfavorable and the rains will continue for another 4 to 5 days. This is causing serious concerns among local residents and authorities. Chile has had an anxious start as the Villarrica volcano has awakened from its dormant state, and authorities have already declared a yellow alert level in advance in preparation for a possible eruption. The National Service of Geology and Mining warned of the potential threat back on September 24th and extended the radius of potential danger to cover a 3-kilometer zone around the volcano's crater. However, it is noted that the situation could change in the near future. Video footage taken from the air showed increased activity of the volcano above its crater. Smoke was visible during the day, and by evening flames began to appear. So far, the eruption has not started, and flares inside the crater do not go beyond its limits. Floria Parfentieva, a resident of Ufa, proved that it is possible to do what you love at any age. In her case, it is her childhood dream of ballet, which she realized at the age of 72. Incredibly, Floria floats around the hall like a butterfly, easily and gracefully performing dance elements at the bar. Floria's story began at the age of 5 when she first learned about the art of ballet watching black and white television. However, there were no dance studios in her hometown, and the girl had to put her dream on hold, waiting for the right moment. Floria admits that sometimes it can be hard for her, but her constant efforts and self-discipline help her to achieve success in ballet. This story is a shining example that passion and drive to fulfill dreams can lead to incredible results, regardless of age. And to conclude this story about Floria, one cannot overlook her tenacity and dedication to her art that made her dancing so inspiring. Friends, I'm sure many of you empathize with the people of Nagorno-Karabakh who have been forced to flee their homes. This is not an easy situation, and it is important to express your support and sympathy to them. As for the cause of the explosion, this is always a complex issue that requires serious investigation and analysis. We hope that, in time, answers will be forthcoming. The situation of water scarcity is indeed a serious problem that could have an impact on humanity in the coming decades. Water is not only an indispensable resource for life, but also a key element for economic and environmental development. It is therefore important to keep a close eye on the problem and take action to address it. And the story of the ballerina from Ufa is a perfect example that it is never too late to follow your dreams and passions, even if you are 72 years old. Taking the risk to change your life at such an age and follow your heart's call is inspiring and encouraging for all of us. Let's share our opinions in the comments, support each other and cherish our common home, our planet, always remaining human beings with a capital letter. Peace and goodness to you and your families.